Hello, I know, it's like, holy shit, you're doing more than just once every couple of thousand years? It's a surprising feat of strength between everything we can possibly do. Luckily, I'm not in a library anymore. Thanksgivings are coming around the corner, so I'm in my own room, finally. Uh, but honestly, though, back to the what if, though. What if Hiccup had healing powers? Part 3. Yeah, part 3. Because the videos are getting a lot longer, mostly because of the rule basis that I can really only post maybe once a week, and that's a big ass fucking maybe. I'm gonna make the videos like 30 minutes to an hour long, just matters. It's gonna be 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour, just matters for how long I want to write the script for, because essentially, like, most of my Harry Potter scripts are like 27 to 27 pages long, and I break that up into like 4 videos, but now I might break that up into 2 videos, so like you're gonna have to deal with longer shit. Means you're gonna have to deal with me more. Oh no. But no. Last time we left off, Hiccup is in the Dragon Island, and the dragons already started attacking Burke, showing that his healing abilities, showing that his father's overprotective over him. There's a reason for this, though. He is the only really big healer. Like, even Gothi goes to him when something hits the fan, where she can't even heal someone. They go to Hiccup. So it's like, plus it's his only son, and outside of the going a little bit, in his brain, his son's not useless anymore. Like, he knew his son was never useless, but it's hard to think like that when he's so hard to fight off that mindset of, oh, my son's useless. But now he's not. He's playing a little bit of Burke's history a little bit. Now let's start with the what if. As you see the sun kind of crests above the edges, you see Hiccup sleeping in the forest itself, covered in dragons, just napping, just, ugh, fuck, shit. What time is it? It's almost 6. Fuck. As he has like a gronkle, using it like a pillow, as he has like a whispering death on his side, like a dog. He's like, get the fuck off. he's like, hey, move, God, get out. Oh, you're heavy as fuck. You know this, right? The gronkle wakes up a little bit. He's like, hey, pats it like on the belly. Douglas. Kind of yells it a little bit. Toothless finally like pops up, a little yawn. We need to get back. I passed out on accident. As Toothless eyes is kind of like tilting his head back and forth, like, do you really need to get back? I feel like you can stay here. It's like, Toothless, if you don't bring me back, I'll ask another dragon. And they'll happily bring me back. You know this is true. Eyebrows raises. Toothless like, okay. He hops on Toothless and he flies him back to Burke, secretly going into the woods as he climbs out, grabbing some herbs. They're spices. See, how he basically pretends to always come back on the village without getting spotted, or wondering why he's always coming out of the forest, is he always grabs herbs. He always says they're herbs. Really, they're just like painkillers, in a sense of the word, when they're melted. They don't do anything outside of tasting really good. So some of them are like basically like sugar pills, and some of them are painkillers. If you mix correctly, they can reduce the amount of pain that you're feeling. He usually only uses them if he's like I need a break from healing. You're not important enough to actually heal. You have a cut. Here's pain meds. Or like, this will help you with your pain. But it's just a sugar pill. So it's just like your brain thinking it will help you with your pain. Oh, I feel a lot better. No, you don't. You don't feel a lot better. You're just pretending like you do. Because of the sugar pills. Your brain's pretending like it. But he goes back into the village with like a bag full of it. As he walks into the meeting doors. As it's like a bunch of the highest repping of the reps sitting down. As his father is looking at him and saying, "Hiccup, sit please." And he's like, fuck. Did I do something bad? No. Did I do something important? Did I do something so bad? As he sits down, as they start talking, basically rambling about going to the dragon's hut and killing the queen because it's time now, because it's, as he finally says, "Hiccup, me and Gobert has been talking." He's like, fuck. "We think you should train with the other dragon hunters as well," as he points off, as a lot of the other villagers argue about this. A long conversation gets into this, because you gotta understand, Hiccup is one of the best healers there. It's like asking your greatest doctor to pick up a rifle and start shooting. No, I want you to pick up some needle and goddamn thread and start fucking fixing the wounds on the people who need to shoot. Because even Gothi, for example, one of the high repping, is like, "We believe in a factor," and this is what I can't really do. Gothi's voice is very kind of old. Let me try. "We believe that if we have a person that can also heal but also fight, this will be better for us." Surprisingly enough, Astrid pops up. Yes, it makes sense overall if that's what we want to do, but you have to understand that if he is out fighting, he is not helping us anymore. He's on the battlefield. So this training is basically useless. And for some reason, Hiccup's like looks over at Astrid. He's like, "Thank you very much, Astrid, for telling me this, the obvious." And this is where finally his father stands up and says, "No, it's not. For example, we cannot always hope that Hiccup could be in a non-dangerous situation like shows from last night." As Hiccup's like, fuck. For example, dragons attacked. He was in the area where dragons were getting attacked. He could have ran to the doctors instantaneously. Obviously, that would probably have been the best option, but he didn't. His very reckless behavior made himself 13 children that night. The count went up by 1 because they recounted. You watch previous videos. As he looks over at the other people, 13 of your children, your people who are kids. My belief is that he would be better as a dragon hunter. But, well, I believe he's better suited for healing, but having the dragon hunting skills needed when necessary will not and should not lower down his abilities to heal. As he sits down, if anyone else has an argument, as Astrid closes her mouth and leans back, not really having a rebuttal to that because it's correct. It's too correct. As Hiccup, "I have a question." He looks up at his father, stoic, looks down. "What?" Kind of says it a little bit like, "Okay, I know you're going to have one, but what is it?" "See, with my medical duties on top of this other duties, wouldn't it limit my time for," as he picks up like the herbs and spices from his bag and shows him, for obviously making my herbs and spices that helps immense amount of the community. As some of the older people who use a lot of his pain medicine and sleeping pills for some of the people with PTSD say, hey, yeah, that's actually correct. I believe you could handle both. Stoic looks at him and says, like, I'm giving yourself a little bit of honor. Deal with it. And the rest are like, when the village chief says something, you can't really go against him. Like, you can try, like, it's a governmental system kind of, but when the chief says, my son is going into dragon hunting, even though he's a better healer, he's going to go. So they leave. They're starting to camp up as they ask Hiccup to basically make herbs. The Hiccup herbs are basically threefold. One is just basically just like sugar pills. They are like a mental thing to make you feel like you're doing better. One are actually pain meds. They start minimizing pain. So there's like two variety. One is like basically ibuprofen, and the other one's actually like pain meds. Like, these are hard ass shit. This is very potent. Like, you take one, you barely don't feel shit for the rest of the day. A couple are sleeping pills for PTSD users, and one is actually like healing, like what they call like ointment. And this is something that he actually makes personally with his healing powers. He basically makes a bunch of ointment together. That's like, well, that like makes the wound, it like cleans the wound and then starts to heal it. He's basically putting in his own healing energy into ointment itself. Same though, they start packing up food, they start packing up bags because winter is coming. Game of Thrones reference if you guys get it. So they're going to try to find this area where the dragons are staying before anything else. Surprisingly enough, they don't have to worry about winter as much as they used to, though. For example, though, because their food storages are not as damaged, their sheep are still good, their fishing is still okay. Yes, do they still have some dragons that they have to deal with? Yes, but some of them, they kill the dragons, they eat the dragons for the rest of the winter time. Hiccup feels the pain of it when he has to see it, but it's survival of the fittest, and he understands it. Like, the people have to survive, and the dragons are attacking, so it's not the dragon's fault, but it's not the people's fault either. So he feels sadness for both in this section. This is where we start dragon training, though, as they're all kind of standing there. Astrid is just with her axe, with her sword, with her axe and shield, one posted on both their backs. You got Roughnut and got Toughnut, and they're both like kind of smacking each other. You got Snarlout, who's trying to flirt with Astrid, but really fucking failing. Just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be the best dragon hunter here. Why don't you go out with me early so you can say you were dating the best dragon hunter? As Astrid looks over, as Hiccup finally comes, he's dragged by Garbert. He's dragging. He's like, Garbert, please, God for sakes, can you? Oh, fuck my head! What was that? It was a stone. If you would walk, I wouldn't have to drag you. Well, if you didn't bring me here, you would also not have to drag me. Well, it's the wheel of the chieftain. The chieftain is your best friend. I don't want to hear anything like that. Don't make me grab out my big hammer. I'll bash your skull in. You wouldn't do that. I'm actually lying. I know you would do that. Let me get up. I'll get up. Oh, God. Hello? As like, kind of, I need to figure out the big fat guy's name. I'm sorry. I just call him like, what's his name? But he's like, oh, hey, Hiccup, how you doing? Doing good. How's your mom? She she was the one that recently was pregnant, right? Yeah. Uh, Baby's still good. Mom lactating perfectly. Thank you very much. Yeah, just keep on remembering to use those painkillers for her back pain. Oh god. Oh, he walks up as he's like unprepared as shit. It looks like he has no shield, he has no sword, he has no nothing. Barely armor on. As you see like Snotla look over and say, what is he doing here? He's like, I know he didn't go to the meeting, so I know he went. Did he sleep? Like what's going on? As like Hiccup looking over, he's like, okay. My father sent me to train. Oh, they sent the medic to go training. That's fucking ridiculous. Not like they're gonna need you. Need me? It's not allowed. You walked into my medical room because you got a paper cut. Thank you. Thank you. What? Nothing. That was a serious paper cut. I could have died. I could have got infected. Infected by what? Did you shit on your paper? Never mind. Let's just get this done with. As he's like standing right next to Astrid, as Astrid looks down. Because Astrid's a bit taller than him. Looks down and says, good one. You're not out of the bushes either. You came in my medical tent with 3rd-degree burns and said, is this bad? It was only on my arms. We're not even going to go into that. Okay, let's just, as a massive, and when I mean massive, I mean little cute little birdie little thing starts flying out as it's like, it starts consuming the rocks. He's like, as Hiccup says, fuck. As he starts rushing forward, moving, as he sees it's starting to charge up as he grabs one of the shields as he's basically slowly walking around it. The ginormous factor of the dragon itself, who spews out rocks. I forget the names of the dragons. We're gonna have to learn that too. I'm gonna have to write them down and keep them in like a booklet so I can just remember them all, or like type them in a fucking Google Doc. I have a script. It just has like not all the names of them because like I'm like, oh, I'll memorize them, and then I don't. I just have the plot, and it's like, Logan, you're a dumbass. You know you're a dumbass. Write down the names of the fucking creatures. And it's like, but what if you don't? What if you just don't? But then, Logan, you're dumb. Sleepless, you're retarded. And it's like, I know I'm retarded. But you don't have to tell me twice. So he's like, Gronkle. That's what it is. As it starts, I do remember names. As it starts spewing out, it's like, okay, one. As the Gronkle starts to get closer to him, he's like, okay, walk even slower. Gronkles have terrible attention spans. They will move to anything that's moving fast. So running, terrible idea. Moving slowly, though, great idea. As it hits close to Astrid, and that's 3. One more. And it spews one at Rough Nut as he's like, ah shit. My ass is on fire. Okay. There it is. As he rushes forward, as he grabs one of the creatures like right next to his neck, as it just tilts it, as it just collapses on the ground. As it's like, oh god. He looks over. Yeah. We're done now? As he touches the creature slowly as it's asleep and feels some minor tears as he heals it, claiming it as one of his, basically, members of his kingdom. because I gotta get some potions done with before they come back, and I know you guys might have to do some studying or something like that. As he hops over the creatures, Astrid looks at him. And looks at him truly. His muscular frame. His eyes that are almost beady-like. As he walks out into the forest section, as he's grabbing some herbs, but you see a black flash as Toothless pops up and starts cuddling with him a little bit. He's like, he tasks off to the side, basically like rolling him onto his back. He's like, Toothless, how are you doing today, Toothless? As he looks over at Toothless is like, as he's like looking at him with his eyes. As he rolls off his back, lands on his hands. As Toothless starts walking with him. You find anything interesting today? As Toothless is like talking and waddling, as it almost looks like he understands it, but he kind of doesn't, but kind of does. It's like, you ever like talk to like a toddler where you don't know some words but doesn't know a lot? So it's like you kind of understand what they're talking about, but sometimes it's like, what did you say? This doesn't make any sense at all. That's good too. This is he picking some herbs and also planting some, using their seeds to plant some herbs for next year as well. As the herbs themselves goes deep into the thing itself, as he's basically like grabbing the dirt by his hand and pushing them in. Sometimes grabbing like 3 or 4, pushing them in. As he's walking. How is the other dragons, Toothless? As Toothless is like, he's like, that's not an answer, Toothless. That's a complaint. I need an answer. Shrug? What do you mean shrug? What is that? What does dragon mean by shrug? Are they doing okay, fine, good, dandy? I need a yes or no. This is... What does mean? Toothless? Do I have to... Okay. As he hears like some steps getting closer, he's like, Toothless, come. As Toothless just disappears into, as he hears stomping and moving, as he looks over and he sees Astrid, the twins, Snotlout, basically the entire gang walking through the forest. As Hiccup is like kind of hiding behind a tree, but not, like, the trees are fucking massive, so you don't really have to hide. But when you're as good as him running through this forest, because how many years he's been in this forest for, as Snotlout's like, why are we in here? If Toothless, if Hiccup wants to be in here, he wants to be in here. What's like going on? He's like, it's suspicious. As like both of the twins are like, what's suspicious? As they talk at the same time, look at it. Jinx! Fuck! Every day he comes in here. Every day. There's bears. There's fucking dangerous creatures here, like dragons that can pop out of nowhere and just kill any of us. But he comes out safely, with no skin off his back, no scars, no nothing. I wonder why, how. Because I'm fast. As both of them look up as they see Hiccup sitting on a tree right now. You gotta understand, the forest is quite easily to get lost in if you don't know the way around. And I don't know about you, but I don't know if you know the way around. As he like kind of like leans over and like keeps his thighs tense so he can keep his like onto the tree, as he like puts his head over and he says, but as he like untenses his like thighs and lower body, and he does like 2 backflips and lands, and he like puts his arm out to balance himself. That actually fucking worked. I'm impressed. As he walks up to Astrid and says, See, the reason why I haven't got injured yet is because I'm not dumb. I do shit that I know I can possibly do. And as Astrid, like, starts to, his, like, the blink, he just gone with a flash. As he's like, and I'm fast. As he's like, right now, it's like standing right next to another tree. You gotta be fast if you want to be in here, or dangerous. But it's easier. It's easier to dodge the attack than to take the attack. With us, at least, we don't have tough enough skin. But I think it's time to get out of here. I got my herbs. As he puts his like satchel on, as he looks over at like Toothless, they were now up in the like tree section, like not really bouncing, but like staying there, almost coral. I'm gonna go back home as Toothless like does the old like smile wink, kind of like not like nod / like wink. It's like when the notation of I'm gonna go back home is Toothless, follow me back home after these losers walk away. As you see, like Astrid walks up closer and says, "Fast." As she moves her like axe, and he's like, "Fuck." What is she gonna do? As she pulls it back to throw it, as you see Toothless like about to like growl, he's like, "Astrid, wait!" He looks over at Toothless, and he puts like his hands up like to like freeze her. He's like, "How fast are you?" As she like cocks back, "I'm fast. I don't know if I'm that fast." As she's about to throw the axe, and all he hears like a creak like a tree rattling. As they all look up. It's like hiccup right when they look up. Still kind of because of how dark the woods are. Toothless is still hidden, but the hopping to tree is basically him just about to blast Astrid into dust. And right when that happened, Hiccup slowly walked away and hid in the bushes like Batman. As Astrid both. Did you hear that? And he looks back at Hiccup. Where the fuck did he go? Did anyone see him? As he's like hidden behind these bushes, just like slow breaths. Because he went back home. As they all leave the forest section, as he hears like a little growl right next to his ears, he looks up. As this is where we're gonna end off the video. Hope you guys like it. It's a little bit shorter than the other videos, obviously, because I do not like to write long scripts, and this was a long script. But I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a wonderful like holiday weekend for your college students. Finals coming up for some of your college students, so fucking Godspeed, fuckers. But I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.